Come, gather round, I'll pick up on our tale of 4 adventurers out blazing a new trail. As they stared down against that spectral night, I'm sure like us they had expected a grand fight. But through strategy and honestly pure luck, they fumbled through and soundly beat that half-elf schmuck. Now Ears the gnome speaks of the world's distress. Will our heroes help clean up this great mess? And realistically, drive her crazy in the process. 'Cause crit happens.
Okay, so with that, you all, I assume, start to the door where supposedly the king and queen have been taken. Unless someone decides to go do something else at this time.
Wait, did you say king and queen?
Maybe. Maybe you just misheard me. Shit. It could be his corpse, you don't know.
Oh god.
We do now.
Oh.
Okay. But you all start shuffling on over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Quick question. Did that,
Answer.
what was it, a 15 I think I rolled to look criminally? Did like, passing glance, do I see anything there?
You do. As you work your way to the back, you do see somebody kind of darting through the crowd. She's got this little tray of medical supplies, and yeah, you do recognize her as Mina Lee. You see her now not behind the cart, and she definitely looks a little more wild than you imagined. She's got definitely this cat girl aesthetic going on. She's got the cat mask. She's even got like this makeshift tail made out of reeds or sticks or brush or something, but that's attached to her belt, and she kind of even moves like a feline. She sort of weaves in between people, sees who needs bandages, who needs this, that, the other.
Jesus Christ.
And she doesn't really notice you. If you want to draw your attention to her, you can. Or if you want to try and find her later, you can as well.
Yeah, I'll do a quick shout and give her a wave.
Okay. So she turns to you and she gives you a wave back. And
Alright.
she does briefly look at Lobe, and she sees like these potentially 2 dead people on his shoulders. And she gives you all a weird look, and she points to her medical supplies like, do you want me to take care of that, or?
We probably should give him, we could give her Hubert, but we may want to hold on to Winslow.
Okay. Lobe, do you object to this plan of action?
Seems fine to me.
Okay. Then she'll come over real quick, and you'll deposit Hubert into her care. And she'll give you all a wave, and you will continue on your way into the room.
What a nice cat lady.
Oh, and before she goes, she looks to you, Kennam, and she's like, "Oh shoot, man, you still don't have that mask? I hope it didn't get lost somewhere."
It'll turn up eventually.
Oh, you better hope so.
Nice.
And then she pieces out with Hubert into.
What was that all about?
Nothing.
Mask?
If
Like, Kennam's gonna give us a cold stare and go, nothing.
But if anyone is curious, you can roll history, and I can give you the deets on that, the secret deets.
Lobe's
Alright.
just gonna assume he's self-conscious and wants to hide his face. It's alright, little friend. I don't think you're ugly.
Svein is curious, and he rolls a 15.
That's a good way to start this session. Well, oh shoot, I just broke the curtains. Damn it. Oh well.
Meh.
Anyway. So,
We'll sew him
Svein,
back up later.
yeah. So, Svein, you recognize from all of those sweet books you have in your library that you read that what this halfling was talking about, who I assume, Kennam, did you kind of let everyone else who hasn't met Nina know what her name is or what her deal is?
Yeah. I mean, I shouted her name at the beginning, so I assume most people could have picked up on that.
Okay, so you know that Nina was talking about these animal masks that halflings make for themselves. And the idea is that when you're young, you connect to a certain animal, and as you grow up and you sort of gain that kinship with them, you make a mask out of them, kind of like respecting the fact that you have formed this bond with this creature. And then as time goes on, there are some people who sort of embellish that further, as Mina Lee has, because as pretty obvious at this point, hers is a cat. Sometimes, though, more mystical qualities do pop up. There are people who have been rumored to get, like, wings, actual tails. You notice Mina Lee actually had, like, slitted pupils. So it's a big deal among halflings to sort of showcase this mask and sort of proudly display what their animal bond is. And, yeah, as far as you know, and as far as you've observed, Kennam does not have any of that.
Well, as Svein kind of thinks back and remembers these things and kind of puts two and two together, he stays kind of quiet about this out of respect for Kennam. He doesn't want to anger Kennam.
God
Not
forbid you
yet.
anger. Yeah. Gonna use that card for later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you all then slip into that open room that Eloise had pointed out. The inside you find is very similar to that of an armory, and well, I guess an armory can also have weapons, can't it? Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
no.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where people get armed.
Yeah, that's where they get their arms.
Yeah.
So so you walk in, there's these gleaming sets of like standard royal attire for the guards and the army itself. There's various weapons lined up along the walls: crossbows, shields, swords, they're not staves. Someone could have staff if they're feeling lucky. Basically just a bunch of different tools and pieces that one might need to perform their job as a royal guard. Many of them seem to be missing, though. There's a lot of gaps in the wall, and that's probably because a lot of it was taken during the initial attack on Smolderven. And one of the shields in particular sticks out to you as a little odd in that not only is it on the ground, kind of propped up against the wall, but it's got this pair of tiny, tawny fingers wrapped around the side.
What?
Maybe someone's hiding behind it. So Svein's gonna go over and I guess try and pick it up, move it
Okay.
curiously.
In a curious manner. Make me a strength check real quick. Because whoever's behind this is not going to be super thrilled that you're doing that.
Okie dokie. Here we go. 7. Wow.
All right. Well, they got a 1, so
They have a -3. Wow. All right.
so you go to pick up this shield, not exactly accounting for how light whatever is hiding behind this is. So you just like pick up this shield and you see like the partial lower body of this dress dangling underneath. She's like, please don't hurt me.
Well, hello there.
I assume you peek around the shield at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. And what you see is this childlike half-elf, and she is in an elegant dress. It's a little torn up and dirty. She's not wearing any shoes, and she's got this mess of hazel color hair that almost completely obscures these teeny-weeny horn antler things on her head that look a lot like Lannon's. And actually, as you look her over, she looks pretty similar to Lannon as well.
Lannon, is this an acquaintance of yours?
Lannon looks up like, and then he sees her and rushes over. Just being like trying to give her a hug and being like, "You're okay."
She drops down for the shield, and she returns this hug like almost a flying leap around your waist. And she's like, you're okay. And this is just like a solid 5 minutes of her crying and just talking, just like wailing, and there's just no way to understand. There's just sad child.
Very
Yeah.
sweet.
Wait, is this the youngest or second youngest?
This is the youngest.
Okay. So I guess after that little crying bit, I should introduce. So I turned back to everyone, and say, everyone, this is my youngest sister, Caroline.
How do you do?
Hello there.
Kennam's just gonna give a little wave, like, I'm not sure what's going on.
And
Nothing,
I'm gonna turn
nothing
back.
makes sense anymore.
I'm gonna turn back to Caroline and be like, "What were you doing in here?"
Caroline sort of starts kicking the ground a little bit, sort of nervously. She says, I got scared. Travis kept yelling all over the place, and then Mommy and Daddy were taken back there, and then she looks at you, Lannon, with like these big goldfish eyes, and they're still got tears, and she's like, oh, Mommy and Daddy gonna be okay?
Oh.
So, can I have some more?
My head is hitting the desk. Okay, hold on.
The cute is too much.
No, not that. Alright, I really don't want to be the one to explain that Dad is dead.
Have Lobe
The
explain
cute is
it.
literally bashing her in the head.
Yes.
Him in the head. Making him bash her in the head. I don't know.
No.
So are we at an awkward silent point?
That's what it seems like, yes.
Okay. Lobe's gonna rush it and give her a big hug and go, of course everything's gonna be okay!
And Caroline lets out a squeal at the sudden altitude she's got. But
I also assume I haven't dropped the other man on the ground. Not very carefully by any means.
probably Winslow just sort of like tumbled off your back, and he's like, "Huzzah," and then he went back to sleep. He is a heavy sleeper, guys.
I
And
can tell.
she smiles and she says, "Do you really mean that?" To you, Lobe.
Oh, to me? Oh.
Absolutely.
Of course! Everything will be okie dokie!
Roll to see if you actually know that for sure.
Nah.
Oh my god.
If
She.
Lobe believes it, does that mean it's true?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he doesn't know.
I would think
It's
so.
in your heart of hearts.
Ah.
Yeah.
He's not trying to lie.
So her expression lights up, and she giggles, and she gives you a little kiss on the nose, and she says, "Thank you." And then she looks at you again. She's like, "Oh, wait a minute. What? Were you the one who gave me that ice cream?" And
Was I the one that gave her the ice cream?
yeah, that was the same little girl that you met in your own little adventure. You just didn't happen to know she was the fucking youngest princess of this kingdom. But you gave her ice cream. She was super thrilled about that. And now she's super thrilled, and she gives you another hug. And she's like, "Lannon, you've actually made some nice friends. This is so lovely."
I look her right in the eyes and say, "I know, right?"
You're not even gonna deny that.
No. Cause, alright. I feel as though this small child and I just have the best relationship, and she just radiates happiness. And I want to protect her.
You need to protect this small
The
light.
small, innocent child.
Well, as she's still sort of on the hip of Lobe, or on his stomach,
Something like
you're a
that.
big.
It's
Yeah,
all part of the same thing.
Yeah.
We'll just go up to the shoulders.
sure. We'll just pop her up there, and she'll gesture to the back of the room, and she says, "Well, sister was over there, but she went off to get more supplies. But if you wanted to see him, I think Mommy was awake a little bit ago. If you want to talk to her."
I'm like, yes. Which room is she in?
And she gestures again to the a door farther to the back of the room.
I speed walk to the door, and I open it as fast as I can.
Okay. Is anyone else following after?
Your brother.
Yeah.
We can't forget your shield, little one. I pick up the shield and carry off.
Spain's gonna go ahead and follow along.
Okay, get up.
Noted. I have completely left the narcolept in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kennam's
God.
gonna do his best to kind of just drag Winslow behind.
Okay, so we have like Lannon speed walking in front, Lobe following behind with this child on his shoulders and a shield on her back, which is almost twice her size.
Well, no,
We've got-
I'm carrying the shield for her, and she's still on the shoulders.
Oh, okay. I thought you like put it on her back like a turtle. I
No,
was like,
no,
that's the cutest.
I just grabbed it and ran.
Okay, and then we have
Hope she ducks.
2'11" Kennam trying to drag this rather lanky half elf who's still unconscious. Kevin will try and assist. She'll like grab his pant leg.
Oh, can I give her a firebolt to try and like grow her a bit?
Sure.
Okay, because maybe if she's a bit bigger, she might be able to help.
Yeah, I could see that logic.
Do you
Unless
need some help there, Kennam?
Yes, I'd very much appreciate it.
Well,
Yeah.
all right then.
Maybe don't
lend a hand.
firebolt the hell goat. Oh.
Oh, I did it anyway.
You did it anyway. It was a nice little snacky. She enjoyed it. She's still tiny.
All right, treat for helping. Why not?
Yay! She is thrilled. Okay, so now we have a dwarf, a gnome, and a hell goat dragging this tall, lanky half-elf across the ground. Just what he deserves.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay.
We will,
So you all get-
we will first drag him through the dirt and then his name through the mud.
Yeah! He probably already did that, though, so...
Yeah.
Quick side note: is this a round shield, a kite shield? What kind of shield is this?
It's a tower shield.
Oh, God.
Well, actually, all right. Here's my question to you. Can Lobe actually use shields?
I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, it's just kind of an inanimate object.
Cleric.
Well, no,
I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure
like-
clerics are proficient in shields. Yes.
Oh, you want proficiency? All right.
Yes, yes.
I'll go verify that.
Yes, go verify that real quick, because if you do, I have no quarrels with you just like suddenly obtaining this shield.
Yeah, clerics are proficient in shields.
Okay, I assume not tower shields.
It doesn't specifically say what kind. It just says shield.
You know what?
Oh god, that's really tempting.
Let's roll with it.
Okay, alright, we'll make it a tower shield for now. And I'm gonna look this up and see if I've made a terrible mistake with this.
Why? More defense.
More defense?
Yeah.
+3 in fucking defense? Christ. Alright, yeah, so I guess Lobe now has a sweet tower shield.
Yeah,
Yeah,
proficiency. Light armor, medium armor, and shields.
It doesn't say you can't have a tower shield, so I say go with it.
Yeah. Then because I'm with the one, I also have heavy armor proficiency because of the tree I'm on.
Oh my god, that's right. Okay, so you're slowly turning into a paladin, you don't even mean it. That's cool.
Paladin
Okay.
of the Drunken Arts.
Yeah. Okay, so you all are making your way to the back room door, and Lannon's the first to open it, and you open it up to relatively a pretty small room. It's trying to think of square footage here. Not that big. Let's just go with that. 2 makeshift cots have been set up on the left and the right. The left side has Queen Navira. She's like half asleep with a bunch of pillows propped up, and a handful of books are scattered this way and that, and all of these papers covered in scribbles. It almost looks like she was cramming for like exams. Like that state of being.
I don't need sleep, I need answers.
The annual wizarding exam.
Yeah.
You're owls.
And she's trading for the owls. And on the right cot, you see King Maverick himself, but you almost don't recognize him. Because his hair, by now, has just turned completely white. It's thinning out. A lot of it is falling out. There's these heavy wrinkles weighing down on his face, aging spots blotching on whatever skin is exposed. To be honest, if so much as a gentle breeze like blew past him, he'd probably just dissipate into bones and ash. Like, that's how frail he looks.
That's
I
not
cast
nice.
Gust. No,
I swear!
I don't have Gust.
But that's a scene you walk in. Like I said, your mom is still kind of half asleep. She doesn't really notice that the door has opened at this point.
Okay. Huh. Which parent should I go check on first? Probably the one who's dying. Alright, I'm going...
Who would be the maddest if you didn't check on?
Well, I don't think one's gonna be mad for long.
Aww.
But
For fuck's sake, dude.
Okay, so who do you want to go check on first then?
I'm checking on my father.
Okay.
Seeing
So
if
you
he's
go
still
over to him.
breathing.
Okay. You go over to him. Yes, he's still breathing.
Oh, thank God.
Very much not conscious, though.
No.
Very good, solid chance he just might be in a slight old person comatose. So you go over and he doesn't react at all. You could see that whether it was your sister or whoever was working on him has just piled all manner of blankets upon him. One of his hands is like kind of poking out from this mountain of blankets, and as you kind of reach out to touch it, it is just stone cold. Like, he does not have long, it seems.
why don't we give him back his sapling?
Do we know if that would do anything?
No, but it couldn't hurt to try. I mean, we've got the thing. He's dying here. I mean...
We could always give him the other sapling too.
I feel as though that would be a bad idea.
Yes, let's not do that.
He says, retracting his former statement.
I do believe the last sapling tried to kill us, so...
Can I find the wound I left in his shoulder?
If you want, sure. You'll have to dig through a couple blankets.
Are you just gonna jam it back in?
What else do you suggest? Alright,
So...
I turn to Kennam and I say, you got any other bright ideas?
Not that.
Oh my god. So, like, as you all are talking these shenanigans, you hear kind of the queen's voice speak out weakly. No, I really wouldn't advise that. And you kind of see her try to sit herself up in her bed.
Okay, hearing that, I'm gonna go over to my mother's side and give her a gentle hug.
Aw, she's gonna hug you back, little buddy.
Yay! Hugs on
Like-
my own.
Not gently, though. Definitely, like, in an embrace of, I never want to lose you again. And it's just like that for a solid 30 seconds.
Yay! Motherly love.
And, kind of quietly, you hear her say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about all of this. Like, this is all my fault. Like, I don't know how I would have told you about all of this.
It's not your fault. None of it is. And I just keep hugging her, keep trying to reassure her, all that shit.
Eventually she does pull away and she looks at all of you. And she gets this small smile and says, so, you all have seats now then. And she's addressing this to all of you.
Well, I have a shield. It's not mine, but...
Seed, my friend. Seed.
Yeah. I have a shield.
Yes, we do.
And she nods and she says, I suppose that may have been the simpler route at first, but perhaps now you understand why telling you may not have been the best course of action at first.
About the seeds?
And she nods and says, the more who know, kind of gestures to the mess that is now Smolderven Kingdom.
Fair point.
Aren't we underground?
Well, she points up then. What do you want from me?
Okay, fair enough.
And, so again, she kind of like gives you another hug, and she says, "Now, Lannon, listen."
Listening.
Thank you. That's reassuring. When we made our way down here, the state of affairs above wasn't exactly, and she hesitates for a second, fortuitous, I would say. I'm not exactly sure how, but the castle is on fire, which is a fun start there. Haven't exactly gotten around to fixing that. But we do actually have a more pressing matter to discuss. And she looks at all of you and sort of gestures you closer in, because she really does not feel like trying to use her queenly voice to project to the rest of you.
Understandable. What would that
Svein
be?
scoots in.
All right.
Lobe kind of stands there oblivious.
Yeah.
Come on
she
in,
does-
Lobe. Come on.
She does briefly. She does briefly look at Caroline. She's like, "Caroline, sweetheart, can you go find your sister, please? I'm going to need something from her. Maybe some more bandages." And she's like, "Okay, Mom." And she slides off of Lobe, and kind of pitter patters out the door.
Wait, you forgot your shield.
Hold
So
on.
now that
How small is my sister?
how
'Cause-
small is what?
Caroline.
Doesn't even okay. So Kennam is 2'11".
Mm-hmm.
She is only like a couple feet taller than him. So this is a fun size comparison compared to like the 6'5" man.
Alright. Good to know. Carry on.
All right, now that you got that fun mental image in your brain.
Yes.
So now that you are all gathered around the queen, she gestures to who currently has. That's Lannon. She gestures to you, Lannon, and she says, "Can you take it out then? Your father's soul, for lack of a better term."
I pull it out of my pocket.
Okay. And again, as you pull it out, Lope's chest lights up the same creamy yellow color.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Now look, I know this is going to be difficult to hear, Lannon, but your father can't exactly take this back. And I'm not saying that because it's impossible. I'm saying that because we need to use it for something."
Huh? Lannon is confused, but asks that she carries on.
I would say, "I can understand your confusion, but listen. When I said that we had a more pressing matter to deal with above ground, it wasn't necessarily the fire that's engulfing our kingdom. It's more so those creatures that managed to get out of the gates and are currently running around Smolderven."
Oh.
And she pauses. And she says, "I cannot let them get out of our borders. Like, you all need to understand this. Regardless of how many heroes or how many bearers of Seeds of Consciousness have died today, there are still some out there. And letting them get past the Ashen Grove is simply not an option."
I suppose it's slaughtering time then.
She smiles and she says, "I wish it was that easy, son, but at this point there's so few and they're so scattered, I don't think we're going to be able to find them all in time. I guarantee with what little numbers we have, we're going to be able to round them all up and take care of them." And now she's looking at the sapling. And she says, "There is, however, one surefire way to make sure they all perish."
I look down at the sapling in my hand and I'm just like... Alright. How do we use it?
And she says, "Now, you have to understand, this is an unusual circumstance. simply using the sapling alone wouldn't do anything, but interweaved with this, and she sort of puts a hand on it, and just for a second, you sort of see this black, pulsing, almost ash scatter across the surface of all the leaves, and as quickly as it came, it dissipates as she takes her hand away. And she says, if you were ever wondering how your father managed to dissipate an entire plague in one sweep of his hand, well, and again, she just kind of looks at the sapling.
He was a good doctor.
In a way,
I don't
yes.
think that's it, Lobe.
Tree magic.
Tree magic, yes. But listen,
must learn your ways.
here comes the hard part, though. What we essentially need to do is destroy the sapling and allow the plague to run rampant again.
Wait. I'm
Huh.
sorry. What?
Backtrack a second.
I feel like I lost something.
This sounds like a bad thing.
What?
And she holds up a hand and she says, with this fire going around the kingdom itself and with most of the people underground, we won't be affected. Anybody above ground, however, will be. And with most of these abominations being human and the plague having a certain taste for that, it should effectively wipe them all out and dissipate once it hits the Ashen Grove's ring.
But then what?
What about the other humans?
Lobe says.
She doesn't exactly, she doesn't exactly respond to this statement. And she's quiet for a moment. Lobe, she doesn't even really look at you, and she kind of says into her lap, "We got as many as we can."
Wait, so all the remaining humans are down here in the basement?
She can't respond to that. She has no response.
I'm taking that as a yes.
Oh, this.
I don't think that's a yes there, Lannon. Not even a little bit.
Well, if there's only like 2 remaining humans.
Then you're killing 2 remaining people.
I understand that this is a difficult choice, but... And then she looks back up at all of you and she says, but really there's no other way to ensure that they won't get out. And I don't have the magical abilities to stop them myself. I don't have the manpower to hunt them down. And we are quickly running out of time. And as she talks, her voice is starting to break and you see tears kind of pricking out of the corner of her eyes, but she's maintaining her pose, maintaining her queenly regale, because for all intents and purposes, she's the only source of leadership left in Smolderven.
Travis certainly ain't.
Yeah, no, Travis is a little shit and can't get anything done, so.
Taken down by his little brother. Okay, so let me get this straight. In order to get rid of everything, we have to create it again, and then destroy it?
Essentially what we will do, you'll have to take the seed above, or the sapling above ground and destroy it. That will release the plague. Plague will do its work, and then it will dissipate once it hits the Ashen Grove's ring.
Okay, how do we destroy it?
Well, and she gestures to your waist and says, you already actually have the tool to do it, Lannon.
Is it the dagger?
It's the dagger!
Ugh.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so what? We cut it in half, stab it, slice and dice, what? Serve it up with some mushrooms? I don't know.
Make some stew.
Cut it into 12 equal parts.
She shakes her head and she says, no, just one stab will do. And you could kind of... She's not entirely comfortable with this solution, but it's the only one she's got.
And what exactly are the chances of us failing this?
Well, 0, really. All you have to do is destroy it. It's not that hard. Though, and she thinks for a minute, and she says, I suppose if you don't do it quick enough, you might draw in a couple, and that might make it a little difficult.
Okay. So this affects other humans. What'll become of our friend?
Yeah, I mean, we've got Lobe here.
Well, and she looks to you, Lobe, and she says, I suppose you'll have to stay down here with me then. Unless you feel like dying to a terrible skin-eating plague.
Not particularly.
I didn't think you would be up for that, Lobe.
Okay. Brilliant. Alright. So now we just go. We've got the means, we've got the know-how, now we just need to get up there and destroy it.
Sounds simpler when you say it, doesn't it?
Yes.
And I know it's possibly fairly obvious at this point, but once you destroy it...
I turn to my father and I'm like, yeah, I know. Well, like you said earlier, we don't have much time, so I guess we better be on it.
I suppose so.
Before you go, Lannon, she's gonna kind of pull you in for another hug. Like a nice tight squeeze and another I'm sorry, and she's gonna slowly let you go, man.
Lannon's a bit sad, but he's understanding. Like, gotta do what's gotta be done. As he's leaving, though, he gives Lobe a pat on the back and says, "Take care of her."
I'll do what I can.
If only there were another way, but sounds like this is what must be done.
Alright, so Kennam, Lannon, and Svein, you're gonna make your way back up to the Colosseum then?
Yes,
Yep.
ma'am.
Guess
Okay.
so.
So you exit the room and you start to make your way through the crowd again, trying to find the steps. At some point, excuse me, a bit of a hiccup. At some point, Ears had separated from you, and she's now waiting on the steps very impatiently. And she finally sees you, and she's like, finally! What took you guys so long?
She's irritating.
Just calm down, Ears. We're not really in the mood for it.
Jeez, yeah, I can see that. Who, put a dynamite in your Sky cereal? What's going on here?
Scott, we'll come back to that.
Gotta be some comic relief.
Yeah. You guys want to do it?
Do what? Explain to her the situation, or just start
Or
walking?
do you just want to start doing it? I don't know. I don't have the dagger nor the seed, so
I was about to say,
in
Kennam,
any
there's
position.
a lot of contextual behind doing it and on stairs, okay? Just want to make that known.
Lennon's just gonna start walking.
All right, just kind of push past her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. We'll tell you later.
Okay, no, now I'm super worried about it. What are we doing? Like, why do you all look like you just saw somebody die?
I swear to God!
Not yet, Ears. We haven't seen anyone die yet.
Whoa, hold up. Can we back? What'd you call me?
You know what? We'll come back to that too.
Just gonna keep walking.
All right, so you all keep going up the stairs. Ears is consistently being like, "No, seriously, what are we doing? Like, what's going on? Like, why do you all look so solemn? What is happening?" And you get to the Colosseum again, and the inside is in quite a state of disarray. There's a lot of smashed booths, stalls, torn up tents here and there. There is indeed a fire going going on the inside of the castle. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's a lot of dead bodies everywhere. Equal parts.
It's about to be more.
Yeah, like equal parts the zombies, equal parts the Royal Guard.
And my brother.
And your brother, Nathan.
Okay.
Who's just kind of chilling off to the corner.
Kennam's gonna explain the situation to Ears.
Okay, so in its entirety, like what you're gonna do and what's gonna happen.
I have no reason to leave anything out, so yeah.
Okay. She looks like she's about to have a conniption, and she goes, "You're gonna do what?"
Hope you're not human.
Okay, you're hilarious. One and two. So you're just gonna stab, first of all, what is more precious than gold in this world, and just let a plague run willy-nilly. Is that what I'm hearing here?
When you put it that way.
Yeah, it kind of sounds crazy.
Idea? Do you have a better idea?
Well, I don't think letting a plague loose and killing off the remainder of this population is exactly plan A. If anything, that should be like plan D.
Okay, then what is plan A? Miss Planning?
Unfortunately, there is no plan A, no plan B, or no plan C.
Seriously? And she's kind of like, she crosses her arms and glares at you guys like, you're seriously just gonna let it go like that, huh? First plan you hear, you're just gonna jump on it.
The other idea is we let them sit underground and we let zombies run loose.
Okay, well, obviously we can't have zombies running loose. I can't have a bunch of competition when it comes to getting seeds and saplings. That'd just be a headache and a half. But come on, guys, seriously? You're heroes now. You're supposed to have like all of these plans. You're really just gonna let like a third of this population die because it's the first plan that has presented itself to you.
Well, I suppose we could try to do some research.
All right. Did she give you like a time span of how much time we actually have to do this?
Not as
Not
specific,
much.
but soon.
Not much time.
Okay. And she kind of like starts
If she gave
pacing.
us more time, it would be easier, but she did not.
Well, life is easier when you get more time. And she starts pacing back and forth. She's sort of rubbing her chin, trying to figure out maybe a way not to kill the rest of the people. But she's going to keep doing that unless somebody else suddenly gets another bright idea.
I mean, nothing immediately comes to mind.
The only place to research anything is on fire.
A little bit, yeah.
That is fair.
Svein!
Hey.
Oh, now hold on!
On fire.
You can't prove that.
I was not the one who lit the first match.
No, you just dumped the
But-
box.
I suppose we could check. Perhaps a few books survived the blaze.
No,
maybe?
I'm just gonna throw it out there. This castle's like on super fire right
Oh,
now.
it's on super. Okay. No,
Like
it's on
super
super
fire.
fire.
Super duper
Super
fire.
fire.
No.
What
Super
about your
fire.
cart? You said there was all kinds of things in that cart.
Not exactly for hunting down zombies. That's not exactly what it's equipped to do.
But could it be repurposed to do that?
Lannon, I don't know if you're waiting on them or you're just gonna keep doing this plan. Are you like listening to them and waiting?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. Well, as you're listening, sort of this argument between all the little people.
Oh, yeah, actually, wow.
We're in our own
You-
little world.
You your gaze kind of starts to drift around a bit to this horrible massacre of a scene, and you suddenly notice sort of farther to the west of the Colosseum, something is coming towards you, and it's coming fast.
Alright. They're still, like, mid-argument, right?
Yeah, at this point they're kind of still in mid-argument.
Alright. Well, I'm just gonna scream, we do not have time for this! Either
I
you
know
have a
that's
plan
what-
now, or we
that's what
continue
I
with
was
ours.
And as you say that, you actually see another figure sort of appear from the haze, and now it's coming at you at Mach speeds.
And this is only Lannon seeing this, right?
And at this point, you guys, if you're not arguing anymore, you'll probably pick up on this.
What is that? That doesn't look good.
Really?
All right, roll on perception to
Roll that perception.
figure out what this is. Whatever it is probably not good.
I mean, solid bet. You're standing in the ruins of, like, the aftermath of a battlefield. Slaughter and carnage and death.
11.
Okay. Svein, not that hard to pick up. It's probably not a royal guard. Definitely has the cloak that you saw the other Fletcher Guild zombie members wearing. So, safe bet that that's probably what those two are.
I'm gonna do my perception then.
Zombies?
Zombies?
10.
Yeah, Kennam, same thing. Same deal.
Oh, just from that, I'm gonna assume it's zombies. And repeat myself one more. Do you have a plan or not?
Listen, there are only 2 there at the moment. Let's take care of this so we have a little bit of time.
And Ears is kind of like, you know, that I might actually start believing the fact we don't have a lot of time. Because then from, like, the way entrance of the gate, there's another shape moving that looks like the other 2. And it is coming in hot.
Jesus Christ. Alright.
Why?
Okay.
I'm gonna quickly cast True Strike on Svein.
Okay.
Svein.
Yeah, Svein gets a lot more bonus out of True Strike.
You kind of
Fair.
also have, like, a sapling in both hands, so you're not exactly combat ready there, buddy.
Me?
Unless you drop it.
I only have 1 sapling.
No, I know, but you gotta hold it.
True.
With a hand or 2. Okay, so you cast True Strike. Ears is looking at these things coming. She looks at you, Lannon. She's like, "Hey, Lannon, maybe you should put that thing away until we have either an actual plan or just, I don't know, stab it. Like, this is not good. They're probably gonna be dragged or drawn in because of that."
You know what? I'm saying screw it. I'm putting it on the ground and stabbing it.
Okay. Kind of impossible to
Here
miss.
we go.
Yeah, it's like kind of impossible to miss at this point.
Yep.
So you plunge this curved onyx dagger into the base of the sapling. And the first sparks of fire start catching onto the sapling's leaves, kind of like running up in veins from the trunk to the leaves, catching at them ablaze. And the branches start curling inward, and the plant begins to smolder, these large flecks of gold and white intermingling with these hot orange flames. And with each passing second, you can kind of see those 3 figures getting slower, like they're slowing to a stop, like they don't really know what's happening, or whatever they were chasing is starting to fade away. And it does not take long for this sapling to just completely combust into a shower of golden white sparks, and then deep within it, this rush of, like, black fog shoots out and starts covering the entirety of the Colosseum. You all get hit with a blast of this, like, everything is dark now. You guys can't see a thing. You don't feel different, though. Like, you know this rampaging plague has now been released, and maybe you should be feeling something, but no, you definitely feel normal. And as it rushes through the Colosseum, it washes over the closer to zombies. And the minute it hits them, their skin is just completely flayed. Like, they drop to the ground, they're nothing but a pile of bones. And this kind of cloud of ash continues outward through the Colosseum. And as it leaves, you sort of see it getting bigger and bigger as it has more space to roam. And after a little bit, that's all you see. Like, it's cleared out of the Colosseum at this point, and now it's just blanketing the entirety of Smolderven in this ashy, black fog.
Well, that's plan D.
That it is.
Hopefully it did
Okay.
its job.
Such a sorrowful display.
I'm really glad I'm not human now. Holy shit.
I'm gonna walk back inside and underground.
Okay.
See
Is
how
everyone else
everyone's
following?
doing.
Wait, is
Everyone
it
else-
safe to open the door? Is there still
Yeah,
someone
it's-
going around? Okay.
It's long since
what-
passed.
Wait, is this the underground that we walked in through the prison?
Yes.
Then, guys, I hate to say it, but there is no door.
Oh my god, that's right. You blew it off.
Kevin kind of destroyed it.
That's alright. We're pretty sure that Lobe just plugged up the doorway with the tower shield. Formed a nice steel.
He's
Yes,
Uh,
of course.
I totally did that.
assumptions.
Okay. Assumptions. So you all are then kind of solemnly making your way back underground.
Yes.
Yes, with a heavy heart.
Okay. But real quick, Lannon,
Lannon.
before you turn away from the remainders of this sapling, you catch another color among the whites and the oranges, and it drifts into the air like all the other cinders, but unlike the others, which are just kind of falling to the ground or like the plague rushing forward, it almost pulls toward you, and it's burning this bright red.
Oh god, it's another night! I guess I like turn towards it.
Okay. So you don't really make any move to step away or move back from it. You just kind of let it come to you. And the minute it makes contact with you, the sensation it gives off is immediate. It's almost hard to describe at first. You make out these feelings of like warmth and comfort, and in a few seconds, like more concrete feelings follow suit. There's this surge of confidence you feel, but it's not arrogance, as you've come to sort of recognize from your father or a king who kind of puts on a show every day. This is a confidence of someone who stood side by side with his equal, who's put all his faith in the soldier next to him and has gotten out okay every time, even without the skills of his superiors, because he trusted in that person. And as this confidence almost overwhelms you, something clicks in your head. All those hours of training with your father, practicing those skills with the axe and being knocked on your feet again and again, it wasn't to make him proud. It wasn't for his own selfish ego, like you long since suspected. You kind of realize now that part of him, this small, almost insignificant ember, wanted to make you strong enough to protect everything and everyone you love. And now, Lannon, now you feel that confidence.
Upgrade!
Upgrade! Not really. Congratulations, you have your father's love.
That's what I always wanted!
Put it into your equipment.
I mean,
You know what? I will actually type that into my equipment. Father's love.
okay, go for it.
Probably put that into what is it? Personality or
Oh my god.
Features and traits.
bonds. There we go.
Other
Oh.
proficiencies.
Yeah, just a random side note too, as you, Kennam, and you, Lobe, are passing by, like, you see this sort of happening, but you're not getting the same experience as he is. But whatever it was is over, and now suddenly you notice that,
Why is Lobe here?
well, no, not Lobe, shit, what did I just
Okay.
say? Damn it. I meant Lannon and, not Lannon, oh my
And
god.
lo,
Kennam and
you,
Svein?
as you stand there, you realize your skin
And
is melting.
Steven! Fuck. No, listen, it's Svein and it's Kennam, and you're watching this experience, and when it's over, you don't feel the same confidence Lannon has. That's his own special thing. You do notice that one of his eyes changed color.
Lannon.
Love David Bowie.
Just hearing that coming from the bottom of the stairs.
Lannon, you got something in your eye there.
What? And I go to, like, touch my eye.
It hurts.
Yeah, you poke yourself in the eye.
No, I can actually touch my eye and it doesn't hurt.
Okay, well, you're a freak.
I am. Anyway, continue.
No, nothing is.
He seems different.
Yeah, nothing in his eye. It's just one of the eyes is still the green that it was, and one of them's now this weird orangey amber color. So now he's fantasy David Bowie.
Sing us a song.
I walk past him and say, later.
Because he clearly knows what that's about. All right. So everyone goes back downstairs, lets the queen know what's the dealio.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so you go back in the room. You kind of greet your mother, and she nods, like she knew that you already did it because you see the bed on the right. And fortunately, Lannon, your father, the Phoenix King, is 100% no more. He basically what sits in the bed now is just sort of this finely dressed skeleton, and that's the end of the Phoenix King.
Aww.
Damn it. Alright.
Can we roll performance to like do one of those
No.
like finger trumpets?
No.
No! I would punch you for that.
The closest thing we've got to an instrument, guys.
Can I roll persuasion to persuade him that the Phoenix King will rise again one day?
I mean, you can just like
No.
say it as a nice thing.
But I want him to believe it.
Well, that's up to Lannon to believe or not.
We did the right thing, Lannon.
I know. I know. Oh well.
All right. So with that, you recollect Lobe, and you go outside of the room. I assume after saying goodbye to your mother, for realsies this time.
Yep.
Okay. And like as you say this, she kind of looks a little confused, and then she nods. She says, "Go do what you have to do. Then, I'll take care of things here."
Keep Travis in line.
No, well,
Lannon
Might be
laughs.
asking. Might be asking the ultimate miracle from me there. And actually, though, before you do all go, the queen has requested that you all are sort of rewarded for this hell you've been through, and she instructs you, Lannon, to sort of take them to the royal treasury and take a feasible sum from the treasury, and but you definitely have to go with them because, you know, in your mini episode,
I
there
know.
are those
I know.
spooky golems don't want to die.
Oh, I thought it was so that he could make sure that we don't just take the whole treasury with us.
No.
I don't think that's
no.
actually possible.
It's
He'll
not.
probably take as much as he can with him.
Wait a minute. What about Irsa's cart? Because didn't she say that? I don't know. There's something weird about it. Maybe there's more room on the inside than it looks like on the outside.
I say
No.
figure on the inside.
Yeah.
Just a little.
No, Ears kind of thought she shouldn't be interrupting on these family matters. So as you all went downstairs, she said that she was going to go prepare her cart and that you guys should meet her at the outside of the Colosseum.
Alright. So,
I suppose let's go then.
down to the
Off
treasury.
to the treasury, where you can all take a delicious sum of 1,000 gold pieces each.
You're shitting me.
I'm not.
Woo!
Guys, put in the work. You had to kill a king, ruin an entire kingdom. You should be justly rewarded for that.
And shed
Yeah.
the tears.
Let's
Yes.
get rewarded for that contract killing,
Well,
assassination.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're
man.
mercenaries now.
I mean, you did it for the greater good.
Mercenaries with hearts of gold.
Yeah. So you all are kind of like digging around this treasury, getting your gold. Lannon, do you mention that there's magical items in here? Or are you just gonna keep that on the down low?
No, I'm keeping that on the down low.
Okay. Are you gonna try and grab something then before you all go? Excuse me.
Before we leave from the treasury or from the castle?
Oh, I mean both. Once you leave the treasury, you leave the castle.
Oh. Is there any, like, awesome-looking armor around?
Oh shit, dog, I just don't know. Maybe you should, like, roll for that or something.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Perception. Oh, perception's not good. Alright. I got a 19!
Nice!
Nice.
So, your mother actually did tell you that there was sort of like this special set of armor that you should find before you peace off. And you do find it in the treasury. I think you have a very, like, strong mental image of what it looks like, so I'll let you take it away there.
I actually don't.
What was that picture you sent me then?
I sent you nothing.
You told me to send it to you.
Uh...
No, you told me to send it to her. There we go.
I forgot.
Fuck it, I'm dropping it in the chat.
There we go.
Nice.
But for the benefit of everyone else, it's a beautiful set of silver, I think it's plated armor.
That is plated.
Sweet ass pointed pauldrons, a tabard, which I assume actually has your family's crest on it and not this random crest.
Yes, ma'am.
So I guess now you got some sick ass plate armor, and I'll give you +1 to AC. It can be slightly enchanted just for you.
Yay!
Yay!
I want to figure out what plate armor gives you first.
Well, nope, it's too late now. I already dug myself into this hole.
Alright.
Can't go back now!
That said, Kennam's gonna, like, tug on this new armor and go, Lannon, are there any, like, wands or magical focuses around? I can't, mine doesn't seem to work anymore. I can't seem to figure it out. And, like, he's tapping on this little, crystalline brooch he's got. He's like, I can't seem to get it to work anymore. You think there's a spare around here?
Go digging.
Alright, well, I guess that's perception.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah.
18.
Wow.
Yeah, you find... What are you looking for specifically?
Just something I could cast spells through. Just anything I could cast spells through.
Plate armor is 18.
There you go.
Woo!
+1,
So-
19.
+1 is 19.
Nice.
And then if I have my shield up...
Kennam, you do find, like, another sort of ornate wand that you could use to cast if you so desire.
Kitchen.
And Svein sees this and he goes, "Oh, this is very intriguing. Would there happen to be any dwarven armor down here?"
He just gives a shrug.
I'm gonna go with a hard no. There's definitely not any dwarven armor down here.
Perhaps.
No.
Do you have any cool hats down here?
Alright, look. There was that one set of armor, guys. This is a treasury, not an armory. Jesus.
Can we stop by the armory then?
Svein is just gonna look around to see if he can find something cool. He
Okay.
has no idea what he's looking for. He's just looking around. You got an 11.
You find a pretty necklace that looks like it has a cat's eye jewel on it.
I'm having that. Nice. In the pocket it goes.
In the I guess she did say help yourself, but Jesus.
What does our big buddy Lobe get?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is Lobe gonna go panoodling too?
Lobe doesn't really care about earthly goods.
It's true.
Except for wine.
And the shield. Don't forget the shield.
It's not his, he's just holding on to it.
Aha!
Until she
And
comes
then-
back.
Until she comes back or he forgets to give it back.
Well, no, if he sees her again, he's gonna hand it off to her.
Okay. So if that's it for treasury,
Mm-hmm.
you guys gonna make your way out?
I'm gonna say one last goodbye to my little sisters, flip off my older brother, and just, like, kneel in front of the throne. Just as a thank you. And then leave.
Well, some makeshift of a throne because the actual throne room is on fire.
Yeah.
It's actually still kind of a problem, but we'll deal with that later.
That's right.
The
Don't
kingdom
worry
can
about
deal with that one.
I mean, logically speaking, the Colosseum is made of stone, so that's not gonna burn.
Yeah.
Just means they'll have to do some redecorating later.
Yeah.
Bet. But away we go.
All right, adventure time, y'all.
Come on,
Adventure
grab
time.
friends. We'll go to various distant lands.
All right.
Okay, so you get to the outside world. You are back in the stadium.
Cool, cool.
Luckily for Lobe, no signs of the plague persist.
It's like he's just peeking outside the doorway, just like, is it gone? Huh?
Like some terrible ex-wife.
Oh god.
And you all make your way across the stadium, heading to the entrance where Ears told you to meet her.
Okie dokie.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Lobe. I was waiting for something from Lobe.
Lobe's following suit.
Lobe's following suit. Future reference 2, you do still have that shield. You did not see the youngest princess again.
Oh,
You'll have
Of
to return
course.
it. You'll have to return it later.
I guess so.
Guess so. So you all make your way outside of the stadium looking for Ears's small gypsy-esque cart. Even among the mass of panic and hysteria that was happening outside of the stadium, you didn't think it was really going to be that hard to find. Last you checked, it was just kind of pushed to the side, so that's your assumption of where it'll be. But instead of a gypsy cart, your gaze immediately goes up, because what's sitting where the cart was is this giant wood and metal monstrosity.
Okay,
And
how?
I should clarify. That's
is
what
that?
I would say. I should clarify. That's what it looks like to Svein, Lannon, and Lobe. Kennam, you still see the little tiny cart.
Must be bigger on the inside. Let's go.
To you, everything's bigger on the inside.
So I guess everyone's just gonna let Kennam walk towards this monster.
Sure.
Wait. Is it actually a monster, or is it just like a giant thing?
Oh no, this looks like a monster. Like it looks like the gypsy cart. So the exterior is like painted with these warm exotic colors. It's got the swirling imagery, but it looks like the cart got a monstrous upgrade. Like its shoulders are riveted with these wheels, like a pair of pauldrons that lead down to like giant gear claws. And it's got this huge ladder-like tail that trails up its spine, and the run's split in half into this like hazardous walkway.
What
And-
the fuck?
And it has a face.
Why?
It has
What need does it need? Why does it have a face? It is a cart!
it's a cute face. Like
It's
the
looking at us.
yeah, no, it's got like this window-shaped eyes looking at you, and what was a door is now split into these splintery shards, which is now its mouth.
Jesus
And,
Christ!
Kennam is walking towards this thing, and it kind of looks over at Kennam, and it does not look thrilled.
Alright, I'm grabbing him by the collar of the shirt.
Okay.
Kennam, look.
Kennam's gonna look at the cart and look back at you guys, and look at the cart and look back at you guys and go, "What's your problem?"
But,
Do you not
Kennam,
see
you know
that?
something that we don't. There's a monster
It's-
there. Don't go near it. It's not your friend.
Guys, we've been through this. The cart's fine. I've been in there. I got the book.
You went in the monster?
I don't know what cart you were going in before, but it's not the same.
Listen, guys, Ears is waiting for us. We seriously shouldn't be sitting outside. Let's go. He starts to try and walk off again.
You know what? I'm gonna just let him go.
Well, if he
Letting him go right.
Let him go right.
Let him go right.
Okay. So you all let Kennam walk towards this monster cart monster, and its back starts to arch, and it looks like it's about to smash him into the ground.
All right, yeah, no, grabbing his collar again.
God.
And as you do that, its mouth sort of parts, and you see Ears making a beeline out, and she's like, "Oh my God! Did nobody give him the hand signal? Are you all serious? I gave you one job."
Oh, that!
Holy shit! My card almost ate you. Okay, come here. And she grabs your arm, Kennam, and she waves her hand over your palm. You get the same sigils as everyone else, and now you see the monster cart that was about to crush you with its giant monster paw.
Look and go, well, yeah,
told you, Kennam.
that's certainly new. And then he's gonna look over at Lannon for a second and go, wait a second. He's gonna, you fuckers could have stopped this?
We tried to.
We tried
Then
to
you
do
want
it.
to be let go.
You said it was okay.
Like, you seriously were supposed to do something, and you almost let me die because of it.
Well, you're okay now.
Lannon just
That's
gives
what
us
matters.
a smug shrug. Just like, eh.
Oh my God, you're all so gallivant about fucking death.
Just gonna pick up
After
Kevin.
what we've seen today,
I'm just gonna pick up Kevin and, like, go huddle in the corner.
And like Ears shakes her head and she's like, God, I had this whole cool like entrance plan too. I was gonna come down from the stairs and soak in like this awesome look on. Okay, never mind. It's ruined now. I guess we'll go in the stupid cart. Let's go. And then she walks back to the monster's mouth.
okay. Okay.
I go to pick up Kennam and just carry him into the cart.
You just put him underneath your arm like, all right, buddy, let's go.
Yup.
Okay. Lobe, are you following after? Or is this still like it's too weird?
Yeah.
Okay.
She said it was fine.
Okay. So you all pass through the door mouth, and you.
We're gonna need
get
fan
in-
art of this.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Look,
You do not need fan art of this.
I was saying when trying to construct it, all I could think of was Howl's Moving Castle, but you know, can't use Howl's Moving Castle, so let's just make it like a beast cat cart, like a cat bus.
Cat bus?
Yeah, like cat bus from Totoro. So you get inside, and this literally looks like you just stepped into a different dimension. There's this grand.
See what
yeah.
I told you? We could have fit the whole treasury in here.
There's this grand entrance that's lined with gears and cogs, and they're pushing and pulling and twisting, and there's all kinds of pistons and pumps, and it's all happening sort of on this exposed parts of the wall, like either side of the wall. As you're coming in, you see this. And to your left, there's these branching hallways, and the right looks like some sort of sitting room, and the center is a twisting staircase that goes both upwards and downwards with this giant cog-like platform on the top.
Well,
And Ears looks at all you, she smiles, and she says, wow, you guys haven't interacted with gnomes in a while, have you? We've been up to some shit.
This is a nice place you have here. What do you
Thanks.
call it? You
I
should
mean,
come up with a name for it.
No, because that would be giving an inanimate object personality, and then when it inevitably smashes into the ground, I'm actually going to be sad about it. But you feel free to name the cart. That's fine, I guess.
I'm gonna call it Florence.
What?
I like that idea.
Now Florence.
Florence it is.
Gonna give the floor a little pat and go, hello, Florence.
Okay, you guys are crazy.
we're crazy.
Look, I'm not the one naming inanimate objects, just saying.
He goes to say something and just is like, yeah, fair.
Oh, hey, by the way, real quick, what did you ever do with Winslow?
Shit! Lannon beelines back to where they dropped Winslow.
No, please don't. We don't have time for this.
Too late. He's already gone.
Oh my god.
2 minutes later, you see him running back.
Okay, that was a fun little detour. What was
I
that?
almost forgot Winslow.
What did you do?
Forgot Winslow.
I got that. What did you do after that?
I picked him up. He
No.
motions to Winslow on his shoulder.
What? No, I don't want him going on this adventure with us. Throw him outside, please.
Fine.
I thought he was your friend.
Not when he tries to choke me out in a prison. Nope. Friendship has been severed at that point.
I
Wait,
think we
wait,
got
wait.
better.
Are we leaving?
We're
What's going on
trying.
here?
I'm
Because
trying.
there's something I need to do first.
Oh my god. Okay,
Who else
let's...
did we forget?
I'm pretty sure
Can we set
nothing.
like a departure time?
Okay, listen, the more we stick around, the more likely some terrible things are gonna happen on Gaia. Lobster, you got stuff you gotta do? Like, should I just put this on park?
Pretty sure Florence can take care of the cart at the moment. Or he is the cart. Is it a he or a she? Excuse me, is your cart a he or a she?
You people
I'm
are
very
ridiculous.
confused. I'm looking for lobsters now.
Okay,
Lobsters.
look, no one else is leaving the cart. I guess I'll take Winslow to the bunker or something. God, I did not want to take this idiot.
Wait, you have a bunker?
Okay, you'll have plenty of time to explore later. I would really like to leave before the rest of this kingdom catches on fire.
Fine, I guess I can do my business later.
Okay.
Thank you. And she gestures to you, Lannon, to just sort of drop him on a couch in the sitting room.
Wait,
There's
I have
a
couch.
sitting room?
Yeah, it's off to the right.
Yeah,
I'll
Callum's
have to
gonna walk over by Winslow and take a nap on the next nearest couch.
Okay. And to the rest of you, she says, well, I suppose if you want real quick before I do officially set off, there's a closet down there if you need, like, better looking clothing. And she's kind of looking at some of you because you still have the, initial armor and whatnot that the seeds gave you. And she adds, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, you got an upgrade from the normies you once were, but it's just gonna get harder from here. And besides, and she grins, I kind of need you to look like proper heroes here. So, and she's like specifically looking at you, Svein, and you, Lobe, because I think you're the only people who haven't changed.
So, what armor am I taking?
Well, you just have to see what's there, I guess.
Okay. Well, I guess I will.
So
go
on
see.
one hand, Svein feels a little offended that you would say this, but on the other hand, you know,
Free
he's a
cloak.
rogue. He likes getting stuff, so yeah, it kind of cancels itself out.
It does. Lannon, you already have armor, so I guess you don't really care about this too much.
Yeah, I'm fine.
But I will ask, Kennam, before he takes the nap, if he would like to peruse.
I guess.
We'll find something for you, Kennam.
He's really freaking tired. He's at 3 health, guys.
Why didn't you say this
We have-
sooner?
I did, and then we had a whole health pool thing, and then we never did anything with it.
Oh, yeah.
I've been
Yeah, I
at
guess we
3
did kinda
health.
Forget about that.
I mean,
Did people not take their health when I made it.
I took some,
Damn
but yeah, we forgot to discuss that. We were supposed to do that.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that
That's
out.
alright. These
later.
things happen, you know. That's why couches were invented, so that people could take
why
naps.
Fair enough. So, Lannon, are you gonna follow them regardless to this armory?
No, Lannon's gonna find the nearest armor stand and put his stuff on there, then go take a nap.
That's probably also in the armory closet, please.
Okay, then.
You have no choice.
No choice in this matter.
Alright.
Okay, so everybody is making their way down to the closet armory. Ears kind of shouts out afterwards, okay, when you're done, you should probably meet me upstairs, because again, we kind of got to figure out where we're going after this. And you see her disappear up the spiraling stairs.
Oh, I guess no time for naps then.
You'll get your nap later, and we're actually moving.
Alright, alright.
So you walk down this hallway. Again, this is something straight out of another dimension. There's broken plates everywhere, copper cogs. Everything is twisting and turning. And what exactly they're twisting and turning, you don't really know because none of you have ever seen this level of technology before. And it's kind of blowing your minds.
I have to say, I've never seen a Florence before.
Yeah, a new one for me too.
Learn something new every day. See a different experience.
So as you're chatting amongst yourselves, you eventually do reach a door that is labeled closet. And as you open it, you are greeted by this rather well-stocked wardrobe. There is armor that you can use, but you also see robes, hats, scarves, boots. Every fashion under the sun is here, and it is all for your taking.
Do we have chain socks in here?
Yes.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Did you say chain socks?
Yes,
think
the
they were-
chainmail socks.
I think they were like metal wool socks, but
Oh, come on.
Steel
Chain
wool,
wool.
whatever.
Yeah,
there you go.
from episode, 2.
Oh, I remember that.
You do see some of that. And I'm going to give you guys this handy dandy link. Not all of these will be available, just for the sheer sake of not getting you guys super high, impossible levels quickly. But this is a list of all the armors. Stuff probably like splint, plates, and chain are likely off the market, but you could party with the other available armors. Or if you want to peruse some of the robes and more wizard-y objects, they may have magical qualities to them, but this is your chance to really like solidify your character before you go into another maelstrom of death and destruction.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yes, bring your chainmail to the maelstrom.
Yes.
Lannon's fine with the set he found in the treasury, so he's
Okay,
just
no
gonna...
shit, you have plates, so
Yeah. If I have my shield up, I have 21 AC. Good fucking luck.
I mean, you are the fighter, so that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. I love it. I'm just saying, good luck to you.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, that just means you're gonna get hit by a lot of magic.
Yeah. Anyway.
Alright, Svein might look at some of the light armor. I don't know, he's kind of tempted to take a look at some of the robes. See if he can get something magical so he can stay all extra light and mobile.
For the sake of game context, quote unquote, a robe or something that a wizard would wear is, I guess it would be padded. That's...
I don't think.
Can you even wear?
Wizards
wear
are not
padded?
proficient in any armor.
Okay, so yeah, literally no benefits.
No
But
AC
yeah.
benefits anyway.
No AC. Okay.
But they may have special little side things.
Probably should bump up the AC.
While you guys are going on a shopping spree, Lannon is finding pajamas and heading up to Ears.
Chain pajamas?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah, we got. Is it chain pajamas? We gotta know.
God,
yeah,
no.
we gotta know.
They'd be so uncomfortable, guys. That would chafe.
Yeah.
That would actually hurt, so no.
I just imagine you guys are shopping, and Lannon puts on these footy pajamas, and he's like, "Yup, this seems like an okay thing to do, to dress like in front of a stranger." Oh my god.
He doesn't care.
I guess not.
We'll find here.
I'm just gonna take hide. So
Okay.
very, very low class armor, like as far as like overall material costs. It's just the closest thing to an animal skin on my body. But hey, it's got 12 deck.
It does. Any reason it has to be animal or like low class?
I mean, he's not really a very.
He hates animals.
Yeah, he hates it. No,
Snakes,
Run,
especially
Kevin.
snakes.
he's just not very big on materials, so he doesn't
Okay.
have anything fancy.
So he probably finds like a very simplistic leather garb Maybe she got it off of a bandit warlord or something. It's looking a little. Well, I mean, you have pants now, so that's pretty exciting.
Pants are good.
Pants are good. It's even a pair of pants that actually fits around your waist.
My goodness.
So he must have been a pretty big warlord.
Rare thing.
Yeah. Even comes with a fun little like skull hat if you want to throw that on too. Okay.
All right, Svein is gonna see if he can find some leather armor in his size. Maybe like a cool jacket. That is also armor.
Like a duster jacket?
Yep.
Okay.
Want to see a picture?
I mean, I think I know what a duster jacket is, but you go ahead and show me that picture because I can describe it in all its glory.
Minus
holy
the
shit.
gun there.
Minus
No
the
gun.
gun. So basically, you're turning into like a cowboy. Okay.
Yeah.
So you pick up this kind of old leather duster, and it's very comfortable. It fits you quite well, surprisingly. Because finding stuff in your size has just been a nightmare all your life.
Very hard.
It even comes with a sweet brimmed hat, which I assume you also take.
Oh yeah.
All right.
This is nice. I like this.
Now that just leaves Kennam.
Yep, and I think Kennam's gonna look around and look for like he definitely wants to stay in his like nice attire, like something nice. So he's definitely gonna try and find something with like not like a suit, but like a one of those vests, like a vest kind of thing.
Why do I now imagine him in like a suit and tie?
Oh yeah, he just picks up a suit and tie plus 2 to charisma.
Fantasy suit and tie.
No, but he's definitely gonna try and get like one of those like vests, and maybe get some kind of like a poncho or a cloak over it, just like
Okay.
something drapey.
Something drapey, he says.
Yeah, something drapey.
Okay.
Scarf, cloak, just something to put over him so he can hide something if he needs to.
Okay. So you kind of look around, and you do see this rather dapper suit vest combo. It's a. What's your favorite color?
I think he's gonna have like a really like a navy blue kind of thing.
Okay, so it's like a nice crisp navy blue, and it comes with a pair of like nicely pressed pants, and you've got a pair of black shoes to go with it. But I guess you don't wear those because you don't wear shoes.
Oh no, he's keeping his kickflip wrappings.
Okay, and
Oh, yeah,
there's,
you have flip-flop wrappings. I forgot.
yeah, and there's like a very nice scarf as well. Not too long and gangly, just kind of like the right size. Sort of like a hipster scarf, like those weird things that look like a bandana, but not really.
Hmm.
And
I will hide all my money in it.
yeah, you do that, and it actually, funny enough, it does give you +1 or +2 to your persuasion skills as long as you're wearing it. You get a bonus in that.
All right.
Oh my god, y'all are so fancy now. Okay, so as you guys finish up dressing, oh wait, there is one more thing.
Mm.
Are you going to put Kevin in anything?
Is there goat clothing?
Here's the
Make
best
sure-
question. Is there a little hat for Kevin?
Dude, there's a whole shelf dedicated to tiny
Okay.
hats.
Well,
Ah!
here's a better question. If Kevin is wearing this armor, if Kevin gets big, is the armor gonna rip?
That's a good question.
Let's
That's
enchant
why we
it so
gotta
it
take a
doesn't.
tiny hat.
Situation here. Gotta find some purple pants.
There is actually a section specifically for animal companions if ears happen to ever run into some, and you do find that there is this like tiny little battle harness, and with some magical checks, you do see that it will kind of grow along with her and not just break the first time she uses it.
Now, here's a better question. Can we get a tiny bowler hat for this goat?
Okay, so what's actually happening here is Kevin is being put in a tiny bowler hat and a dapper vest, is what you're telling me.
We don't need to put him in a vest. We can give him the battle harness. I just
But
want to give him a
bro-
little bowler hat.
But bro, if you put her in that dapper hat, that battle harness is gonna clash, and you know it.
We can dye it.
Does it matter?
Let's dye that shit.
Okay.
Or we could give him a little helm. We could give him a little
Her.
round helm and cut holes in it for his
Yeah, don't
for his
you
horn.
disrespect her gender, fool. Lord.
Her, my dad.
So all as you all are like mulling over the possibilities of what delicious fashions you could put in Kevin, a little screen pops out from the wall, and it lowers to you guys, and it flickers on, and there's Irsa's face. And
Hey,
She
I'm
looks a
already
lot
up there. Alright?
that's true. You kind of did.
It
sort
took
of,
you so long to put the pajamas on. They're so complicated. They have like
yeah,
1,000
they're
buttons.
they're super complicated footy pajamas. And she looks at you guys. She's like, "Okay, well, I'm glad you all are having fun playing dress up, but we still gotta figure out where to go. Castle on fire and stuff. So make your way upstairs, there, gents."
I saunter out just like happily in my feety pajamas.
Graffiti pajamas.
Yes.
This is the mental image I cannot get rid of.
Oh, and you never should.
No. God.
We need fan art!
Okay. We'll work on it. So everyone else following after?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, then let's close out this chapter properly with the best ending paragraph I can whip up. So you close the closet door behind you, making your way once more down this almost alien-like hallway. There's nothing but ticking gears, the curling of cogs, and in this sort of absence of chatter, and you really start to think about what happened today, because as of less than a day ago, your lives have completely changed. You're no more these average nobodies, but quite literally Gaia's last hope. This life of simplicity, of day-to-day monotony has come to an end, and it's literally only been one day. And
Oh,
you begin to climb.
fuck.
Yeah,
It's a messed up day.
it's been a messed up day.
It's been like 10 episodes.
And it's still technically only one day. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
So you begin to climb the spiraling steps up to Ears, the walls of this impossible living cart that you now have decided to name Florence,
Yay.
falling behind you and quickly shaping into these towering grand windows. And out these windows, you see it all. Smolderven, the Ashen Grove, the plains, and that singular mountain that sits within them. And as you continue to climb the stairs and your eyes wander from window to window, you see even more. That flat landscape starts to turn hilly, then gather a layer of snow, and finally jagged mountains cut across the horizon, just now beginning to pinken from a rising sun. These luscious forests that get thicker and thicker the farther you look back, until it's completely covered in this haze of Mog and magic. Those golden plains become more barren, craggy, and reddish mesas and plateaus that burst through the earth and almost tower completely over everything. And then, nothing. Nothing but the ocean itself, stretching all the way to the edge of the world and back around again. You reach the top of these steps, fading stars twisting above you as the midnight is wiped away, leaving behind these streaks of purples and blues. Ears is standing what seems to be a helm, panels of random buttons, levers, and screens at the ready. The atlas is laid out over top, and she flashes you all a smile. All right, heroes, where to first?